Moving on to Aquarius, the key core impulse, the heartbeat, the driving force of Aquarius is individuation. But this is an interesting one because Aquarius is often perceived as the sign that wants to individuate and therefore wants to be different in some way. So we sometimes mistake with this archetypal energy the need to individuate as the need to separate ourselves from everyone else around us and somehow express ourselves differently, whether that's by wearing crazy clothes, dyeing our hair blue, doing a very unusual career, or living in a van, or, there's so many different things that can express itself out. But one of the expressions of it is to be deliberately different from other people. So it's driven by this need for separating from other people. But the mistake with Aquarius is in the belief that we need to separate. So we are actually, what we're doing with Aquarius energy is objectifying our lives. We're actually lifting ourselves up and getting a bird's eye perspective of life around us. So we are trying to lift our narrow perspectives and raise them to a higher bird's eye view, a newer perspective that encompasses more and all of life, so that we don't have that narrow focus anymore. Aquarius is about objectivity. And this is why it's sometimes known as rather a cold-hearted sign, an unemotional, unfeeling sign, because the person is driven from an evolutionary point of view to become more objective about these things, more objective about personality and attachments and feelings and emotions and pain and all of these kind of things. They are looking for that higher perspective so that they can draw a different picture, a different conclusion of life around them when they can essentially see it from a clearer perspective. So anything in your psyche that's touched by Aquarius is driven by this need to individuate. It may express itself as the need to go your own way and be deliberately different, but on a deeper evolutionary path, it is the need simply to achieve a more bird's eye, wider perspective and an objective view of whatever house it's sitting in and whatever planet it represents. Sometimes the wounding or the shame around Aquarius is madness. And so we each have an inner madness. We all have a form of madness within us somewhere. And essentially, people can become very ashamed of that madness or the potential for being mad, right? We all have the potential for going bonkers, losing the plot in some form or another. And we have that deep soul fear within us of doing that, because what does that mean? We'll be rejected. We're not included. We're not part of society. We've been exiled from the herd if we were to go mad. And so we are, Aquarius is this strange combination of wanting to conform because the Aquarian does not want to be rejected, and that's the Saturn rulership, but at the same time not wanting to conform and to wanting to go really their own way and exile themselves in their own way from the herd, which is the Uranian rulership. So it's a contradiction, but obviously we're always looking for the middle ground, and we have a deep fear of madness, we have a deep fear of rejection, and thus we try to individuate ourselves in order to gain a sense of control again. So moving on to